Hey guys, it's Sonia popping on live. Happy Monday. Hopefully we're going live into the group. Okay, let me just do a double check here on my phone. I wanted to pop in and say hello to you guys. We are back in Pennsylvania today. Hallelujah. Hallelujah. I always say living here in the US, it's pretty amazing. You guys know that I grew up on an island in the North Atlantic, and anytime I had to go anywhere, you really had to think about, like, you had to make your reservations on your ferry to get off the island or on a plane to get off the island. And the fact that you can load up in your vehicle, like, I just love where I live in Pennsylvania right now, to be able to go north, south, east, or west and find something to be able to do. So you guys know, if you've been following us, that this weekend we actually made a road trip and we went over to Collinsville, Illinois, on the border there, Missouri. I got to go to new territory. You guys, I moved to the US and was very excited. Matt's a traveler. I'm a traveler. To be able to move here, try new things, to get out and explore this beautiful country. And I am so happy to be able to, like, put another thumbtack in my map of places I've been to. And let me just tell you, this weekend was a blast. Who's been seeing still all the pictures and all the video and all that good stuff coming out from the Crafters Convention? This was the very first year for it, held over in Illinois by Scott Waterman with Design by Scott. And he just did an amazing job. We were honored to be able to be invited to the event. And of course we said yes. And so it was a 9-hour drive. So we loaded up the vehicle, took a little bit of everything with us in terms of, people want to know and touch and feel the junk monkey. So that was fun. A lot of people left with lots of great junk monkey in their hand for future projects and all that. We also got to go on stage, and we were actually the ones that got to go on stage to kind of set the scene, to paint the backdrop for all the beautiful things that happened and progressed over the time that the event took place on stage. And so who saw that gorgeous mantle that was done? It was a complete collaboration. It was fun to go in there and to put some junk monkey, to turn that brownie frowny. It was fun. I even asked the audience when I was on the stage, I said, so who knows what I call this piece right now? You guys saw the before photo, right? It was like plain raw wood, and it was just put together, right? So if anything, that is proof that if you want a focal point in your home, you can throw something together, right? You can find, I have found mantles on the road, got them for like and you're able to put them together and make something beautiful out of them, right? And that, believe it or not, for those of you who have been messaging me, yes, that was a faux piece of brick wall. So, when you go to like your Lowe's, your Home Depot, like a hardware store, that is actually one of those like $10 to $12 pieces. And it was tacked on a frame with the mantle in front of it. And of course, I say the power of paint, right? It sets the tone, it sets the mood. And there could have been so many colors that I painted that mantle with, but at the end of the day, I think we made the right choice. So we went with the vintage white, with the mouse in the house gray. And I wanted to pop on today because I thought I'm getting back into the swing of things here. And here I'm coming to you guys live right now from my studio here in Ligonier, Pennsylvania. I wanted to pop on, and I thought I'd share with you 3 things that I took away from this weekend of being at the Crafters Convention. Things for life and business in general. I will be the first to tell you, who believes that my glass is half full. I am thankful, and I am certainly coming out of this weekend feeling thankful and looking back on the weekend. So those of you who may not know my journey and not know a lot about me, may not know that I actually was, before I moved to the US, I was a reporter with the national media in Canada. So I did mainly radio, did a little bit of television, what I love to do, and met Matt. Matt was a Marine, I was a reporter, and history happened. But anyway, so I am somebody that, it's kind of like when you see brownie frowny furniture and you know how to paint, like you just can't make it go away. So for me in life, and just how I grew up, I can't help but walk away from events, from situations, from times, and look back and go, what can I take away from that? And that's how I've grown my business, is by looking back and going, how could I do this better? Or, what really, really worked? What did I love about that? What filled my happy bucket? And so when I drive away 9 hours later from the Crafters Convention, I look back and I think to myself, wow, what a great time I had. And I wanted to pop on and share with you guys today 3 of my takeaways, because I am a girl who also believes, say it with me, that you always learn and that you never lose as well, right? So no matter what your situation in life and no matter what you've gone through, there are takeaways that when you're on the other side, you can look back and go, wow, I grew from that. Oh, you know what I mean? All those wonderful things. And so anyway, this weekend was a wonderful event. And so these are 3 positive things, because there was no negatives, let's be honest here. By the way, who was in attendance there? I know I got to meet a lot of you guys, Jug Monkey, Banana Bunch friends, people who came up and said, I came here just to meet you and that you're the reason that I'm here, which absolutely just, just makes me go, are you kidding me? That is so awesome, because I'm a girl who gets up and puts her pants on one leg at a time, just like anybody else. The difference is I like to do it in front of the camera, and I love to hang out with you guys, okay? Which number 3, when I talk about today, I'll touch on that as well here. But the first thing I learned about in life in general, in business, when I think about this weekend and takeaways from it, is that you really should start with the end in mind for your goals, right? So I'm going to take it physically and literally, and think about that beautiful mantle that I just talked about, right? From brownie frowny to beautiful and what it is. And before we started that process to put all the florals on it to make it look beautiful and really jazz it up, because I call the florals and all the extra little things that you do on top of a painted piece, that's like the earrings, that's the bling bling. That's what brings the outfit all together, right? But it's nice to start, so in this case, with the end goal in mind. And so before we pulled back the curtain, before we all jumped on stage, I had a meeting with the floral designers, and I said, what look are you guys looking for here? Because that's going to me indicate for me what color paint I want to use. And so for you guys listening, think to yourself, this is a takeaway that, hey, if you want to paint something in your space, if you want to paint your walls, your furniture, or whatnot, think to yourself, what is the end goal that I'm going for here, right? Like, what is the feel that I want to go for here? Because when people email me, and let me just tell you, I get a lot of emails from you guys, and you say, Sonia, what color would you paint this? And you show me a piece of your furniture, and I'm like, but what look are you going for, right? Like, what is the end goal that you want here? So that is, always the thing that I ask myself. So when I talk with the floral designers, we go a vintage white and a mouse in a house on the mantle. And I said it would give it more of a traditional, but also like a modern day farmhouse, a modern day edgy more look, right? And then if we went with the antique lace for the mantle and the backdrop with the faux washed brick that I showed them how to do in the audience, that would have given us more of a country, cozy, classic kind of look, right? A little bit more of a warm sort of look. So you've got your modern look going on when you bring in those little aspects of gray, and you've got your coziness going on, especially when you do things that are off-white, right? They're not so like staring at you in the face and vivid, right? Like the white and the gray. Now you've got more of the calmness, right? The serene, the serenity, and the coziness of what happens. And so, when I look at that mantle and how we set the tone, it was because we stopped at the very beginning and started at the very beginning, had a conversation, put the wheels on stop and said, what are we trying to achieve here? What look do we want overall? And if you missed what that mantle looks like, please go back on my page here and check it out. So I want you guys to know that whatever it is that you want in life, whether you want your business to grow, whatever you have envisioned for yourself, because even in business, success means different things to different people, right? So, what makes you happy in your business maybe doesn't make me happy in my business. Maybe somebody doesn't want to get on stage and be able to speak like I did this weekend, right? Maybe somebody doesn't want to have a brick and mortar store. Maybe they want to just go ahead and be able to work from home. So my first thing to you guys, my first tip, my first takeaway is start whatever you're doing in life with your end goal in mind. So if this week you're thinking to yourself, wow, I want to get more homemade meals into my kitchen. I don't want to be eating from a box, right? And doing the microwave thing. Well, you know what? Start your week off, and this is a Monday, so this is a great start for the week, and go, you know what, this is what I'm going to do this week. I am going to make time to do this, because remember in life that it's what you make time for that you actually focus on, right? Or even vice versa, what you focus on is what you're allowing to happen in your life, right? You were allowing things, and so if there's something that makes you unhappy, girl, guy, you know what? Change it, right? Start with your plan in mind to be able to change it. Do you want to clean your house? Well, you know what? Go ahead and start this week working on room by room. And this is the week, 7 days in the week. And every day you're going to tidy something up. By the end of this week, because you focused on, because you have identified it, I guarantee you that if you stick with that goal, that by the end of the week, your house is going to look tidier, right? If you feel like you're running out of time in the day and you just can't get everything done, then you have to make a goal for yourself, reverse engineer and go, what do I want for myself? I don't want us to feel like we're rushing out in the mornings and we're yelling at each other when everybody's trying to eat and go to school and we're doing all that big old thing in the morning here, doing the song and dance and the fight or whatever. Then you say to yourself, my goal this week is to get up a little bit earlier this week. I'm going to set my alarm clock and get up. I'm going to get up 30 minutes earlier. I'm going to get up 15 minutes earlier, because does it ever feel like when you get to a point where like the last 15 minutes you say to yourself, if I just had 15 more minutes, things will be good, right? And so that was my first takeaway. Start with the end goal in mind for life, for business, for paint, for whatever you want. Because at the end of the day, pick how you want that room to feel. Pick how you want your life to feel, right? And reverse engineer. Number two, my takeaway is that all the little things that we do, whether it's through the day, through the week, they all add up. Okay. And that was very clear to me because the convention happened over a 2-day period, right? And of course, the evening before, that was a fun, get to know each other, party, just like, have a few drinks and mingle around the room. That was fun. So kind of 2 and a bit, right? 2 days and a bit. But over the course of the 2 days, that there were some awesome designers that I was honored to be amongst. And the other thing is, like how we're all different, but we can all bring different things to the table, right? That should be like a whole other tip. But it's all the little things that we do in life that adds up to something bigger. And so I think about how, when I went on stage at I think it was 9 a.m. on a Friday morning, and it was just looking at that brownie frowny mantle and backdrop. But then as the day progressed, the paint went on. I mean, even before that, I think it was Scott's dad or Scott's family that built that prop. So they had to build it. Somebody had to go get the sheet of faux bricks. Somebody had to go get the raw wood to nail it together. I came in, I painted it, gave it a beautiful slate to start with and pulled that together, even though they were 2 different colors, right? The raw wood and the red brick, and put it together. And then you have the designers that came in. It's kind of like, I don't know about you, but when you think about like a banana split, and you have the ice cream and you have the bananas, and then you have, yes, I'm a pineapple lover. You're going to have a little bit of pineapple, and you're going to have your cherry, and you're going to have your whipped cream. And it's when all those things come together that you have the makings for something very, very beautiful. And it was so awesome this weekend to see it physically happening on stage, where something went from brownie frowny all the way to absolutely gorgeous. I mean, gorgeous to the point that I know we all took a ton of photos, and I'm pretty sure that it is going to end up on Pinterest. Okay. I know I'm going to put it on Pinterest, and who knows, all those hundreds of people in the crowd as well. Right. So beginning to end. And so it's like anything, if you want anything to happen, it's putting one foot in front of the other. You don't get to, it's like a race, right? Even though, life should not be a race, it should be the journey, but just the thought in general that, if you're even competing in a race, it's putting one foot in front of the other that gets you to the finish line. If we go back to part 1, it's about setting the goal, because it's no point in running around and not even have a goal set for your family or for your life or for your business, right? So set the goal first. But number 2, all those little things, all those little action steps add up into something bigger. We traveled, I don't know how many miles to get over to Collinsville, Illinois. And there was a point where there was 9 hours in the car, and, your butt starts to get tired, and you're like, you keep shifting positions, and you're like, man, it's getting late. And I just want to pull over. Can we just stop? But you're doing the full drive all the way through, right? And it's all those miles that you clock off that get you to where you want to go, right? Now, if you stopped, then you're totally off course. Your day is shot. You've totally changed up what your end goal is, which is to arrive at a certain time, right? To be able to partake or do whatever it is that you're doing. But it's all those miles that you keep trucking forward that gets you to the place that you want to be. And so for this weekend, seeing all the hands involved this weekend was absolutely amazing to be able to make that all come together. I wrote down a quote here as I was thinking before I came online for you guys. And I was thinking, how many times have we heard the expression or the quote that says, success is the sum of small efforts repeated day in and day out? Think about that, right? And it's true. A house just doesn't snap your fingers and just appear. So if you're building your house, which could be AKA your business, it doesn't just happen all of a sudden. And sometimes we want it all of a sudden, but you know what? There's a lot of honor in building and working the sweat off your back and putting up all those planks, building the foundation for a beautiful house, and then being able to invite other people over to enjoy it with you, right? And so whatever it is that you want, set the goal, and then do the little things that add up to big leaps and bounds. And number 3, the thing I took away, talking about people and designers and collaborating, is to be you, and people will love you anyhow. Okay. So, to be there this weekend and to see so many people, hundreds and hundreds of people, and there was hundreds on the live stream. There was a lot of people coming together in one space. And, it was amazing for people to come up and be able to share, how they enjoy watching me paint. And the impact that you can have on other people, whether you realize it or not, is amazing. You might be thinking, I just paint, I just do this. You know what, girl, turn the camera on. You know, just because you're painting, are you being selfish and like, you know, like keeping it all onto your table? Turn that camera on, go live, and just share your goodness with the world, you know. But just even if not even talking about going live, just having conversations with people, right? And opening yourself up. So, you know, this weekend we could have said here at the Junk Monkey that, boy, we are so busy. This is the fourth quarter, which you guys know, especially if you're in business, there's a lot of holidays that come jam-packed in the fourth quarter of the year. And what that means is for a business is that that's a time when you are really doing a lot of work. And you're usually pulled like Laffy Taffy in a lot of different directions, right? And so for us, it was more important to drive 9 hours to be able to spend that with everybody, with our community, and to be able to even like to talk to our people. You guys right here. I met a lot of you guys that watch me, and isn't it amazing how, you know, you see names and, you know, I can remember I was sitting at my table and I was, you know, putting credit cards through, and you guys were coming up and picking colors, and I would look at the name on the credit card and go, oh my gosh, girl, I know you, right? It was so cool. And so that was just absolutely amazing. But sometimes I think we think that, you know, we don't have anything special to give. And let me just tell you, we all, like, do you have just one friend? Do you have just one friend in your life? Probably not, right? You probably have somebody that you love to laugh with, somebody that you love to go paranormal investigating with, right? Somebody who, or watching scary movies with, somebody who you love to go junking with, somebody who you just love to have good conversation with, somebody who lifts you up, and just every time you have, you know, you have a meal with them, or you go out, or you hang out with them, or you sit for a few minutes, they just leave you feeling a little bit better, right? We all have people in our life. Maybe somebody who goes, I don't know, goes hiking or biking with you, or loves to do outdoor things. And so just like you have friends that all of them put together, you know, help form your life, because they all give you and fill you different parts of your happy bucket, and you love spending time with each of them, think about what you do as well. And so I encourage you to get out, go somewhere you've never gone before, and start talking to people. I encourage you to be more transparent in your business, to step out behind your logo and put yourself out there live, because I guarantee you, you can be helping other people, whether you're showing them how to paint, how to make, how to create, whether it's, you know, cupcakes, whether it's mosaics, whether, I don't know what it is, but there's just something that happens when you turn your camera on, or you start just having conversations with people, right? And have you ever been in a place where nobody's really talking to each other, and all of a sudden somebody cracks a joke and everybody else is like, whew, yeah, right? Icebreaker, right? Thank goodness somebody talked. Like being in an elevator and somebody speaks, you know what I mean? And everybody gets a chuckle because it's nobody's saying anything to anyone. And so when you open yourself up, you just never know the possibilities. You never know the opportunities that come, who you can meet. And I'm just so thankful for everybody that came up to me and Matt this weekend and talked to us and told us who you were. I believe in business, a big thing about, you know, listening to your people. And for me, getting out into meeting you guys one-on-one, like that is the bee's knees. That is the most amazing thing. And it reminded me, even coming on live today and talking to you guys this weekend, that, you know, you say you love it when I talk to you guys about my business and about, you know, how it's inspiring to know that I was a corporate girl that was able to leave my salary job and to do what I do with my stretchy pants, doing what I do here in my studio, and be able to make a beautiful living off of it, right? And so I hope my chat today has inspired you guys out there as well. To be you. People will love you for it. And I was even saying on stage this weekend when I talked to the crowd, and I said, if you are thinking to yourself that you have nothing to give, and you're thinking to yourself right now, how can I make myself stand out? Because everybody else, there's a million people who paint. There's a million other people who wreath. Think about all the wreathers that were there this weekend at the event. But we all know and we love them for different reasons, right? People will love and know you, just like the whole friends thing that I talked about, because you bring something to them for the table, something that they get from you. And if you ever see memes going around where you feel like you're the only one, like I kid you not, there was a meme going around one time and it said, am I the only one who never picks the item at the grocery store that's on the front, but you tend to pick the one in the back for some reason? There's really no reason, but you think that maybe there's something wrong with the one that's out front, right? And maybe those are the types of things that you do when you think nobody else is like you. And then you open your mouth and there's a whole bunch of people on the other side going, me too, girl, me too. And you're like, I am not the only one, right? And so this weekend was really cool to be able to be in a room full of amazing people who do sometimes things that are similar, but a lot of times things are different, right? Because much like we have our own thumbprint, you know, much like I think they say every snowflake is different, that at the end of the day, we are all very different. And it's our experiences, it's our life, all that sort of stuff that makes us different, right? And so I encourage you guys to, you know, just to get out, to say yes to something that you would normally say no to. You know, there's all the time we can come up with excuses like, now's not the time. Oh, it's a long distance. I'm too afraid to fly. You know, so what is holding you back? Because I will tell you, when you open yourself up to just new and different things, and to go into different places. Yes, I don't think anybody walks in and doesn't have any butterflies, but get those butterflies information, right? And just do what comes naturally to you and be transparent, because then you have nothing to hide when you meet people face to face or when you put yourself out there, right? So just be you, no apologies for who you are, and you just might be surprised who you meet and what long-term friends you make. So that is what I wanted to pop on and say today. And yeah, I just had a fabulous weekend, and I'm back at the shop today. We're packing, we're shipping, getting everything together. I've got some great projects coming up this week. The other cool thing about getting out and about and like kind of like changing up your routine, you'd be surprised, even if it is as small as just going for a Sunday afternoon drive and then coming back home, right? You just feel kind of refreshed, right? This was a little bit longer than a Sunday afternoon drive. But I'm back in the studio today and I'm feeling refreshed, and it made me feel like I can't wait to get back and paint and do some more fun stuff. And so I've got great ideas. I made some really fun partnerships this weekend that you'll see me roll out here. But I'm staring over here because I've got a table I want to paint. I've got a door I want to do. And on the heels of coming from the Crafters Convention, you guys have been messaging me saying, Sonia, well, yeah, show me how you do the brickwork, right? Because you guys saw that beautiful whitewash brick. And so I am going to do a special tutorial for you guys on my page this week where I share with you guys how I do that. And so make sure you're here, and yay, we're all good to go. So for those of you who are on my live alert system, it is back up and running. Okay. So starting tomorrow, you'll get those live alerts again that you signed up for. And for those of you who have been missing me when I go live, or you don't even know about that, all you have to do is go up to the top of my Facebook page here. So make sure you click Junk Monkey Paint Company here on Facebook and click the little message button, and Pickles, the Junk Monkey, is on the other side. All you have to do is send him one word. You can send the word live to him, and he will go ahead and get you on that list. So anyway, that is what I had to say today. And hopefully you guys are having a terrific Monday. Terrific Monday. Remember, life is what you make it. And so hopefully you're leaving this chat better than you started. So take care. I will talk to you guys again soon. Bye.